2023 O'Brien Awards post-event interviews are brought to you by Horse Racing Alberta. All right, here alongside trainer Doc Moore, who pretty busy night for you in the O'Brien Awards. You won your first Trainer of the Year title. Stockade Sealster takes home a 3-year-old Pacing Colt of the Year, and Tattoo Artist with the Aged Pacing Colt. But you could have won another O'Brien Award for the best dress this evening, Doc.
Well, I'll take that. I think Jody had the best dressed feet, and hopefully I had the best suit. But
you did. All you needed was a white blazer, I guess. So
yeah, well, I tried to get one. I told you that, didn't I? So anyway.
You sure did. You made sure to remind me several times throughout the night here. Doc, in all seriousness, a great year for you. Always, as you've just been, string together so many consistent years. But what does it mean for you to win your first Trainer of the Year here this evening?
Oh, well, it's just a wow moment for me. It's probably one of the best moments I've ever had in my life in harness racing. And like I said, right where it began here in P.E.I. for me, I was only, about somewhere around 14, I guess, when I went to the track here in the 69, 70 at Summerside. And I've been to a lot of places, met a lot of good people, and I've had the very good fortune of having a lot of good and terrific partners the last number of years with me. Some of them, like Ron McClellan and Gail, they've been with me for 40 years now, and that all helps. And I've been fortunate to have some nice horses along the way and some good drivers and great grooms, I might add, as well. In spite of the labor shortage across North America in the horse racing business, last few years for me, it's been fantastic. The people I've had surrounding me, and couldn't do it without any and all of those. So it feels great. I'm very honored and very humbled.
Well, we had a nice local representation here, right? A lot of Islanders being nominated from a finalist standpoint as well as winning the award, though. But do you ever get used to this weather at all? I mean, even being from here?
Yeah, no, not really. And a matter of fact, I had hotel rooms booked here Thursday and Saturday and then the home and Grand for 3 days. I looked on Sunday, looked like no significant weather. So I said to Nancy, we're going to stay at our house in Brackley on the North Shore. And I'm not sure that was the right move now, but it was good the first day or two, but man, this is crazy. But it used to be like this all the time in the wintertime in P.E.I. when 1st November came. It was froze up and snowed till the end of April. So
I don't think you're going to complain about the weather, given the type of night that you've had and your accomplishments, for all various horses that you've trained. And speaking of which, for you, what was your biggest highlight in 2023, and what was your biggest surprise as well?
Well, I had a number of highlights, but the biggest surprise would be easy to answer. That was Clever Cody. Mm-hmm. He was I had 3 sets of colts last year. He was in the 3rd set and would always finish 3rd, basically, up until about the end of April. And he turned around and he turned into a really nice horse for us. And he has so much class, and his body's developed unbelievable, and a very classy animal. I'm really looking forward to training him back this year. We had a lot of big moments with Tattoo. Winning the Canadian Pacing Derby and a couple of big races in Ohio was good. And Stockade, he's always under the gun, and he had a few poor ones maybe, but he had some good races in two, including the one in Ottawa, which I thought was maybe one of his best races of the year, and then finished off quite well at the Breeders' Crown for us.
Sometimes we joke when things are going well, and just in life in general, is that we kind of look like the smart ones as well. I remember you and I spoke about Clever Cody prior to a post-race interview. You were adamant you didn't want to enter him in the Metro. You were proven wrong, weren't you?
Yeah, I guess I was, and I just wish he had a lane there. But anyway, that's here or there now. But yeah, it was. I was going to take him to Ohio because that's where we've had all our luck. And but all the other partners really wanted me to race him in Canada, and eventually succumbed to them, I guess. And I'm glad I did. So it was good for him, and he finished off his year of 10 starts. Put him away fresh. He was nuts for a couple of weeks there till he finally settled down. And again, I'm looking forward to him this year.
For you, obviously, again, one of the award recipients this evening was Stockade Sealster. For you, great provincial campaign. What went into your decision to bring him back at age 4?
Well, that's pretty well the McDonald's decision. There's nobody banging at the door for a stallion contract or anything like that. So, sure, we're going to race him again as a 4-year-old. And his father actually he was a nice 2-year-old and a nice 3-year-old, and 4-year-old he struggled a bit, but then 5 and 6, those are his best years, and he made a lot of money during that time. So I think Stockade will step up next year into the 4-year-old bunch, even though it's open pacers. I know it's going to be tough, but I still think he can handle them. And, so again, we're looking forward to that. If all goes well, I should have a lot of travel with Cody and Stockade and maybe a couple of the other ones as well, because there'll be more to the 3-year-olds next year than just Ontario alone.
Obviously it's never easy having to lose a horse like Tattoo Artist. Obviously a remarkable career, going to be heading stallion duty now, but just talk about how you view your stable going forward into next year, and just how excited. I know you touched on guys like Clever Cody and Stockade Silster, but how do you feel about your stable going into next year?
Well, I'm optimistic at the moment. I mean, I always am. 1st of February, and of course the stake payments start in about 2 weeks, and so the first ones we usually make most of them. But as far as Tattoo goes, it was time for him to retire. Every good horse, they start to get wear and tear on them, especially when you're pacing miles in 47, 48 week in and week out. It's just too tough on them, and they can't go forever. So I think Eric Cherry and Frank Cannon, they did the right thing by retiring him. I guess I gave them my recommendation, which was that, and hopefully he'll go on to a successful stallion career. The stable this year, I did cut down. I just turned 70 a couple of weeks ago. So I wanted to cut down. I was hoping for 16. We ended up with 18. I have 12 babies, 5 3-year-olds in Stockade. The 3-year-olds that we kept, I'm looking forward to those guys. Storm Shadow ended up winning the super final, and he's changed a bit. Not a lot though. He's a better delight, and they're a little bit in the small side maybe, but he got to fill out a lot, and we're looking forward to racing him. He starts early, May 4th, I think, for the SBOA. I have 2 fillies that we kept over, Odds On Platinum and Anne, who started late and did well, but then she kind of got a little bit unmanageable at the end of the year, and we didn't have enough time to correct that. So hopefully when I train her down, we'll have her a bit more manageable to do what we want to do. She choked in the final last year. That was about her 6th start maybe. And then I have Cody, and I kept at Ease Hanover, who was a $12,000 baby that I bought that I kind of always liked right from the get-go. He raced hard. I only took him to Pennsylvania one time. He finished 2nd in 51 in a $40,000 race, but he won in 52 at Mohawk, and he was 2nd by a nose in 52 his last start there. So I kept him, and I think he's filled out an awful lot too, so hopefully that'll be worthwhile for us as well.
Well, we look forward to it next year, Doc. And just a reminder, if you are back at the O'Briens, you do have a year in advance where you can get a white suit jacket. So please, you give yourself a bit more time next time.
I will do that, yeah. Instead of last week, I'll go a couple weeks out.
Well, congratulations, Doc, and best of luck. Special night for you here in P.E.I, and all the best next season.
All right, thank you very much. It was special to be in P.E.I.